Welcome back to News here on the Rise News. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has given assurances that the Edo governorship election will be free, saying the military will assist the police to ensure the safety of voters. Our Rise correspondent, Christy McCauley, has more.
Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, at the 4th Brigade Command, Benin. His mission was to disclose the role of the military during and after the Edo governorship election holding on Saturday.
Mr. President has given us a clear mandate. He wants this election to be the most peaceful in the history of Edo State, and we're going to ensure that happens. So I want to appeal to the citizens to come out and vote en masse and vote. We guarantee them of their security. They should not be scared. Members of the armed forces are here to ensure that INEC does its job properly.
General Musa, while in Edo, also holds closed-door meeting with other security chiefs, after which he addressed the troops, codenamed Operation Safe Conduct, urging them to maintain the rules of engagement.
I don't want to hear anything that it is the armed forces that has caused problem here or the other. No. Our own is to provide that security. No any other agency in the name of vigilante, hunters or what? No. Only the statutory security agencies that are allowed to carry arms and operate on that Saturday. Your commanders will show you and tell you what to do. We are restricting movement, no convoy movement. Everybody should just walk, go and do his election and go back. We want it to be peaceful. Election should not be war. We don't want anybody injured, we don't want anybody killed. But anybody who decides to carry any weapon, whether cutlass, whether rifle, gun, machete or whatever, in the name of it, intimidating any other person, we must get that person arrested. Is that clear?
Yes, sir!
While in Benin, General Christopher Musa also met with Governor Godwin Obaseki in Government House. Christy McCauley, Arise News.
All right, that's from Christy McCauley. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff also visited Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State on Wednesday to convey President Bola Tinubu's resolve to ensure a free, fair and transparent election on Saturday. All right, news analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss what needs to be done to provide a level playing field for all political parties and candidates in Edo State. Good afternoon, sir, and a warm welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here as usual.
Yes, it's always fantastic to engage with you. The countdown is on to this very, very hotly contested ticket. Already some reports of incidents, violent incidents and so forth. Do you think we're ready for a peaceful election in Edo State this weekend?
Well, you heard the way those soldiers responded to the shooting. That is enough to drive fear into anybody. Hopefully, not necessarily because of the presence of soldiers, hopefully, we will have a free and fair election. Because I know, and I've said it here before, that the electorate in Edo State is a very articulate, vibrant one. And they don't take their politics for granted. And if you look at the antecedents of the main parties, except Labour, you can see that they are almost members of the same family. You get me? People have migrated from one end to the other. And if you heard the way the governor of the state spoke, he has already lost confidence in the Inspector General of Police. So bringing in the army, this does not mean that the Inspector General is culpable. You get me? That is his own fear, and he's entitled to do that. But you see, to me, this is like the militarization of the electoral process. If it secures the peace, fine. But if violence erupts, the Chief of Defense Staff has said they should arrest. Soldiers are not trained to arrest. They are trained to shoot, to kill. Get me? And army officers, get me, are trained in the management of the application of violence. And I hope the presence of the military will not frighten some people away. But if the military secures a free and fair election, it will be highly commendable. Let's leave it at that for now.
But some would say that it's almost impossible for that to happen, like you've mentioned. Two questions. Let me hope I can articulate
What is
it
impossible?
quickly. For that to happen, whereby you have the military presence. Hence my first question. So that was what I was going to. My first question.
Yes.
There are talks about voter apathy. That the militarization of the election, certainly with this particular optics we're seeing, some will want to stay away and just save their head and just say, let's see what happens. And is he also pointing to the fact that the police are very, maybe short-staffed or are inadequate to carry out their functions and their duties?
What's the question?
That's my question.
What
because
is it?
does this point to the fact, first of all, does it point to the fact that the police are inadequate in carrying out their constitutional duties, of which one of them is to protect lives and properties? In cases like this, elections should not be handled by the military. Okay. And secondly, are we going to be seeing voter apathy, a high level of voter apathy? No thanks to the fact that the military will be coming there in their numbers.
You have not listened to what I said earlier.
I have.
I said I hope their presence will not deter people from coming. That is deterrence.
Okay.
Then there is voter apathy.
Okay.
Like you rightly noted, that some people will have made up my mind, and I don't want to be killed in this election. I will not go. Do you get me? Mm-hmm. But like I started out, I said hopefully people will come out. It depends on the level of mobilization that the parties have done. And if you have been reading the papers, all of them are mobilized. That is why the election, the electoral process now looks like a theater of war. You get me? Soldiers are not supposed to be at electoral issues like this. But then, some even said the NSA should come in. I'm sure there is no way the president will have told the chief of defense staff directly to secure this place if the NSA is not into the picture. You get me? They are trying to play safe. I will say it's an overkill. You get me? But as long as it does not deter people from coming to vote, I think it is okay. As long as at the end of the day, it is peaceful, it is okay.
Yes.
And as long as it is free and fair.
So hence my second question, does this just point to the fact that the Nigerian police force is inadequate?
You see, you are using the wrong word. It's not that they are, before you said they are inadequate. In terms of what? Numbers? This is
in terms of numbers and also in terms of carrying out their functions.
No. This is one election.
Yes.
My friend, this is one election. Even, do you think there should be the entire police force there? Not necessarily. But there will be more people here on the ground than at any other location. You get me?
Then why do we need the military? If the police will be fully on ground.
No, it's not a game of numbers. It's a game of security now.
So here's my question. Are they inadequate?
Wait. Maybe police presence will not deter as much as military presence from people colluding to disturb a free and fair election.
Hence the inadequacy question.
Let's look at this issue.
You say inadequacy, you are talking numbers.
Okay, let's look at this from a soft approach. Let's look at this from a soft approach, which is the peace accord, which ended up also being a thing of controversy where this election is concerned. I'm not sure whether the PDP eventually signed, but I know there was controversy around the PDP coming to sign the peace accord because they are alleging that their members are being abducted. There've also been videos of their alleged, again, because when you see these videos online, it can mean anything, but it seems in the videos that there are PDP members or PDP stalwarts who are being accosted by police in a violent way. Do you think that it's time for us to do away with the peace accord? Because it seems there's a lot of ceremony around signing it, but it's just that, ceremony.
You are the one who is dwelling on the peace accord now. I think the governor did not, the party, PDP, did not sign it. And Father Kuka, the bishop, said that anybody who does that, who has not signed, has the right to sign. And then he had something extravagant that even Tinubu himself did not sign during. So the peace accord is meaningless. Do you get me? They are securing peace by force now. You get me? They are trying to secure peace by force to deter people with military presence. That's it. It's not as if the police are not there, but obviously they want to make people respond positively because of military presence, because they will not have that regard for the police.
I want to say thank you very much for your time today.
Pleasure.